All right, let's just dive right in. NVIDIA's GTC keynotes are, legendary. They're basically these fire hoses of information, just packed with announcements that pretty much map out the next few years of computing. So today, what we're going to do is boil it all down to the single most important message from this year's GTC. We're going to try and understand the future they're building, a future that revolves around this one really radical new idea, the AI factory.
And right from the jump, the entire keynote was framed by this one powerful idea. Think about it. Intelligence is no longer this abstract thing we're trying to achieve. It's a tangible product, something we can now actually manufacture on an industrial scale. And this isn't just some clever metaphor. It's the literal blueprint for a whole new industrial revolution. So what are these new factories actually making?
Well, they're making tokens. You can think of tokens as the new oil, the fundamental commodity of this new era. Every single token is a tiny generated little piece of intelligence. It could be a word in a sentence, a single line of code, or a pixel in a photo. The whole point of an AI factory is to crank out these tokens as cheaply and as efficiently as possible.
And that leads us right into our first big idea, the new AI factory. This is really the core thesis of the whole event, that we are right now, right this second, watching this huge shift in how value is created. And it all revolves around manufacturing intelligence. And you gotta understand, this is not some small niche tech trend. We are talking about a $1 trillion infrastructure buildout. Trillions with a T. It's happening across every major industry you can think of. From cars to medicine to finance, companies are literally retooling their entire operations to become intelligence producers. It's a massive economic transformation.
So, the big question is, why is NVIDIA at the dead center of this whole revolution? Well, the answer is a strategy they've been methodically, quietly executing for over 20 years now. It's this unstoppable flywheel, and it's built on the rock-solid foundation of their software platform, CUDA.
What's so brilliant about this is how it just feeds itself. It's this self-reinforcing cycle. It all starts with a huge installed base of their GPUs, hundreds of millions of them out in the wild. That scale, of course, attracts the best developers in the world, who then build incredible tools on top of it. And those tools are what enable huge breakthroughs, like deep learning, which then opens up entirely new markets. And what do those new markets do? They drive more GPU sales, making the base even bigger, and spinning that flywheel faster and faster.
And here's the real magic. The ultimate result of this flywheel is that it relentlessly, continuously drives down the cost of computing. It's the engine room making this whole AI factory revolution economically possible. It's what's lowering the cost to produce every single one of those little tokens of intelligence.
Now, obviously, every factory needs raw materials to work. For an AI factory, that raw material is data, the world's data. And for the very first time in history, we can now process that data at a scale that was, just pure science fiction even a few years ago.
For decades, all of enterprise computing, all of it, has been obsessed with that tiny little 10% slice of structured data. But the real prize, this huge untapped ocean of human knowledge, has been locked away in the other 90%, all that unstructured data, at least until now. Let me put it this way. Structured data is the clean, organized world of spreadsheets and databases. But unstructured data, that's the messy, chaotic, real human world of PDFs, medical charts, videos, and conversations. And now, AI can finally understand the deep meaning inside both of these worlds.
And of course, NVIDIA has built the specialized tools for the job. You've got libraries like QDF to just blaze through structured data. Think of it as supercharging massive spreadsheets. And then you have QVS to make sense of that new world of unstructured data, like understanding the meaning inside millions of documents all at once. It's all about building out and optimizing every single part of the factory's assembly line. Okay, so we've talked software, we've talked data. Let's move to the factory floor itself and look at the incredible new machines that are powering this whole thing. This is the hardware that actually turns all that raw data into valuable tokens.
Just look at this timeline for a second. The pace here isn't just fast, it's accelerating. It's getting faster. Generational leaps that used to take a few years are now basically happening annually. We've gone from the Pascal architecture all the way to Vera Rubin in just one decade. It's wild. And the performance gains are just staggering. Moore's Law, right? That was the gold standard for decades, promising performance would double every 2 years. Now look at the new Blackwell platform. It delivers a 35 times performance leap over the last generation. 35! We are in a completely new world when it comes to computational improvement.
So, what does that breakneck pace add up to over the last 10 years?
Well, the total increase in compute power they've delivered is 40 million times. Let that sink in for a second. 40 million X. That's the sheer scale of the engine that's being built for these new AI factories.
So, why? Why build all this? What is the ultimate product that these factories are designed to create? It's not just about getting better text or more realistic images. It's about creating an entirely new class of AI. It's called agentic AI. AI that can actually do things in the world.
This is the big question that GTC posed. For the last couple of years, we have been completely mesmerized by generative AI that can see and can create. But the next great leap forward is an AI that can reason, that can plan, and, most importantly, that can take action on our behalf.
This progression here really tells the whole story of modern AI. First, we mastered perception. Then we mastered generation. This last year has really been all about unlocking reasoning. And now, we've finally arrived at that final crucial step, action. AI that can use tools, that can operate software, and that can execute complex, multi-step tasks all by itself.
And the catalyst for this new age of action is a project called OpenClaw. The best way to think about it is as the open source operating system for these new AI agents. You know what Windows was for the PC, or what Linux was for the internet? OpenClaw is aiming to be for agents. It's that foundational layer that's going to enable a Cambrian explosion of new applications.
And this is the crucial point for every single industry out there. This isn't just a technical curiosity, it's a fundamental platform shift. In the exact same way that every company needed an internet strategy, then a mobile strategy, and then a cloud strategy, GTC is basically arguing that every single company now must have an open OGLA strategy.
So from the AI factory to the CUDA flywheel to the rise of agentic AI, the message from GTC 2026 is crystal clear. The factory is built, the operating system is here, and the industrial revolution of intelligence has officially begun. The only question left is, what are you going to build with it?